Actually joined by two special guests, Najalis and Soyan, and you guys are from the R. Benjamin Wiley Charter School. So I know you guys learn a lot about Black history and Martin Luther King Jr. So thanks so much for coming in and kind of being our special guest today.
Oh, no problem.
And so at your school, you guys learn a lot about Martin Luther King Jr. Why is it important that students learn about him?
It's important for students to learn about Martin Luther King Jr. and history in general, just because the past has a lot of mistakes, and within those mistakes shows us a path, and that path is the right path, which comes from every mistake. And therefore, learning about history and telling the new generations and all that about it can show us how to fix and how not to go down those wrong paths.
So yeah, that's definitely right. And I actually saw you at the Martin Luther King Jr. dinner that was here in Erie over the weekend. That was really cool to see you and your classmates there. And so how is it, like, racism that you face in your life on a day-to-day basis? How do you deal with that?
I usually don't face a lot of racism, but the small amounts that I do, just in general and all that, it's like, it's something you can't control. And with that, you just have to deal with it. And I'm glad that I can understand that it's going away a lot faster than it was before.
And why is it hard to talk about for people?
Racism's a hard subject to talk about because especially in this generation now, when you say something about racism, people assume that you're being racist. So, and a lot of people are racist just in general without even realizing it. So, you could, like a lot of stereotypes are racist, such as, hey, what did that dude say? And let's assume that dude was Chinese. They would be like, oh, he wang ching chong, that's racist.
So just things that people say in their day-to-day life that they can correct instead of it could be ignorant, seen as that way.
Of course.
And for you, Najalis, do you ever talk about issues of race in class and everything?
Yes, I feel like it's a topic that many children need to talk about more, specifically older age groups, because when you're younger, you don't realize how serious these problems are. As for me, I went to mostly predominantly white schools my whole life. So these conversations between people I would call my friends are inevitable. Because for me, if I'm going to spend this much time around you and you're going to influence my behavior this much, I need to know the way you think so you don't negatively project those thoughts onto me.
That's very true. And how can young people help carry on Dr. King's legacy?
I feel like young people can help carry on Dr. King's legacy just by acknowledging the cons or just bad things that have happened. Or because when you turn your backs to things and you don't learn from it, you're most likely going to repeat that incident. And the lesson was right in front of you. As for me, I'm a poet. I write poetry. I have a poem I wrote for my 7th grade talent show called Dear Black Girls. And when you acknowledge things and you try to put your best foot forward and right your wrongs, and you learn from these people who tried so hard to project their ideas and ideals onto you, it can help. Like with Dr. King, he believed that everyone should be treated as equal, or no one is greater than anyone else, but you should try your best to push people around you to be better.
Thank you so much. Both of you guys are obviously super smart and know a lot about civil rights and Martin Luther King Jr. And it was so nice of you to come join us today. And definitely thank your teachers because they selected you guys to come out onto First Step 4 today.